for today's cup of coffee with Scream.
Cup of coffee.
There's some screaming going on.
There is screaming going on. Vast amounts of screaming.
And looking on X, it's interesting how there is this exchange of information that, even as far as the TikTok, then people will reshare some of those over on X. That's not a bad thing at all.
No. Actually, it helps boost the stuff and spread it out there.
Yeah. And to find that other people are having this weird numbing thing going on.
Yeah, it's full on just like, okay, I'm fed up. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah, and it's like somebody had used the phrase from, I think it was the Green Mile, was it? I'm tired, boss.
Yep.
If you're not familiar with that, that's an intense movie. It is a totally intense movie.
Mine was, I'm tired, Grandpa. That's too damn bad. You keep digging.
And that's the bitter of it. And so I had responded to somebody, the individual that had commented, and I'm like, it's a changing of the guard. And I had gotten that a few weeks back. And sometimes when the knowings come, I don't even recognize, because it's just something, it's all I've ever known. And I don't know whether to pay attention to some of it or not until it's like, oh, pay attention to this. And it's just like, okay. Because I'm one of these, I do not pay attention to every thought that floats through my head.
Yeah.
Because no, you don't have to. You can, the ones that are supposed to be there will stick and they'll come back around and stuff like that. But that is the picture that we have today. And that's changing of the guards at the Arlington National Cemetery. And I actually got to see that one time.
You did? What was it like?
I have a different response than a lot of people do. Because when you go to Arlington, for me, it is a matter of the utmost respect.
As it should be?
Because these are people that laid down their lives for this country.
Right.
I am a deeply patriotic person. I am a deeply person that does not trust our government.
Well, that's also in our blood. So.
Yeah, because they are very much doing things to harm our nation. And the people that went, or whether they chose to go or were forced to go or whatever, they went.
Yep.
And I think that their memory deserves respect. And to see people behaving inappropriately because they don't get it. And so it's like I had to sort of quell an anger response. But to witness the changing of the guards is for me, it was a very moving experience. It's a very somber thing. Because
it's like a end of an era in a way.
No. Well, as far as the actual there at Arlington and stuff, when they go and they have the eternal flame that it's lit all the time to remember those that died and the unknown soldier, that was a person, to have reverence for a human, for an American that made the ultimate sacrifice. And to see some of these people in our world today that have no understanding of that.
None whatsoever. They've been babied.
And, it's been a strange day. The fatigue level has been horrible. And I didn't know if that was a matter of weather or whatever. But then when I see some of these other people and I'm like, oh God, it's not just me. Because a lot of times it's not.
No.
But if you don't have the ability to communicate with others, you don't know. You can't gauge yourself on that.
Right. That's the importance of community. Which is what people have been needing for a very long time, which also wears people out, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm not saying community wears people out. I'm saying, like, being away from them for so long.
Well, it takes
a physical toll on yourself.
When you have an online community, or you can see what other people are experiencing, and you're like, oh, it's not just me.
Right. You're not, like, just... And that's the thing about the internet. It has made that stuff more widely accessible and to be in the know more easily than before.
Yeah. And with the changing of the guards, something else that had noticed with recent news reports, and it's interesting that some of these things have hit the news cycle, such as there was a representative from Texas that had been in some kind of convalescent home for 6 months.
What's a convalescent home?
Like a nursing home, because
shit.
She's 81 years old, and her mind is no longer capable of functioning.
And she's still in that position?
And that there were questions as far as, okay, she has not voted on anything. She's not capable of doing her job, all right. Why did she not step down and let somebody else who is capable of doing the job get there?
Right. How come they haven't bumped her out already?
Right.
Like
exactly.
That's just... So they're packing these places with people that are just not fit for the job.
And part of it is that these people who are no longer fit for the job are refusing to step aside.
Yeah.
That's what is most interesting, that they're not wanting to, what's the word I'm looking for?
Relinquish.
Well, yeah, relinquish the power and the control, because that's what it's about. It's not about their service to the American people. For a lot of them, it never was. And for a long time, I have heard and have noticed the millennials, of course the millennials, and I'm going to offend people. So this is what this is. This is what I am seeing and sensing. It's not targeted towards any one specific individual. Okay, let me get that, just clear the air on that. The millennials like to blame anybody and everybody. There's a lack of introspection within that, within that group, that it's like, oh, well, it's because and so it didn't do, and so isn't done, and stuff like that. Every generation has their challenges.
Yes.
Everyone. But as far as, and I am using beresfordresearch.com, and I will put, I've probably mispronounced that horribly because I can't have say on it right now. Well, it's true. And I'll put a link to this so you can go and look at this chart as far as the generations, the times that they were born, and their current ages. And they have broken the boomers up into 2 sections. Those were the ones that were born where they couldn't be drafted, basically.
Right.
And so you've got the second part of the boomers are also known as Generation Jones. And that was from 1955 to 1964. Okay, these folks are now 60 to 69. My group, Gen X, is from 65 to 80.
Right.
Millennials, 81 to 96. God, it's hard to believe that they're now, you've got those 43 years old.
That...
28 to 43. And then you've got Gen Z, which was 97 to 2012, 12 to 27. Yeah. And when you look at the numbers like that, and it's like, fuck, where did the time go? I mean, truly.
Yeah, for real, that's a blind side.
But we have got a lot of millennials coming into power, and that the boomers, they ain't liking it so much.
No. because they're sort of changed. Well, the millennials are trying to change stuff in a very different.
That's their job.
Yeah.
And
the
those of
boomers-
us, Gen X, we're just, I don't know if we are the new group of watchers to observe what's going on. We don't really know. We always were sort of flying under the radar. We're a different breed of cat.
Y'all really are.
Yeah.
But y'all are necessary because that when people come to talk to y'all, it's like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, okay, I can chill out about this. Oh, this is that. This is that. And with millennials may have not wanted to hear a lot of that shit, but those of us who are Gen Zs, we listen to y'all.
Some do.
Some do, yeah.
We're the line in the sand. To a large degree, we are on that cutting edge
Yeah.
between what was and what is to come. And with us, after we're gone, there's a lot of shit that's going to be lost.
That's a scary thought.
It's reality.
It is.
But it's like the millennials, like I said, some of them have got some piss poor attitudes. They really do. Whiners.
That's what I was.
God, whine about anything and everything. And then Gen Z, a lot of them, they want to do stuff, but they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
They'd want to do stuff they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they're scared.
Yeah.
Because they see the shit that's going on. And it's like, I don't want to get in on that. Two, I don't want to be subjected to any of this fucking evil that's going on.
You cannot hide in a hole.
No. Third of all, it's like, damn. What was once the American dream, that American dream is no longer attainable. So what else do we reach for?
And that is the changing of the guards. And that includes the world as we once believed that it was. And that may be what's going on with a lot of these people, that as far as the awakening process, if you want to use that, to sit there and go, damn, we lived a lie.
Yeah.
But it really wasn't.
No, because
It's what you make of it.
But y'all, in a lot of ways, had more freedom.
Yeah. And that's the thing about Gen X. Just leave us the fuck alone.
Yeah.
It's just leave us alone.
That's sort of the mentality that a lot of Gen Zs are getting, or at least the older ones that have had the, frontal lobe snap into place and stuff like that. They are getting that.
They are, as far as, but with Gen X, we know how to do shit.
Y'all do. Y'all really do.
The problem with the Gen Z is that you want somebody else to do the shit for you.
That is true. A lot of us are very lazy. And we want convenience. Because some of the stuff was already there, and so it made it easily convenient. A lot with the internet has made that a very... they want an instant gratification.
Yeah.
What was that thing that Squidward said? And BB and I were talking about that earlier. What was that? It was from the band camp episode, not the band camp episode, but the one, where Squidward had the... And it was after he got nailed to the wall with the drumsticks.
Right.
He's like... Fuck, what was it? And I don't got my phone on me. Can you look it up real fast on your computer or something?
No, but anyhow, what is it that you're trying to explain?
I'm trying to get to my point. You may have to cut this part. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was the picket sign one. That's what it was.
Fun fair? Where? Oh, I could go for some fun.
At the Krusty Krab.
Hey,
Hold up.
everybody.
Okay, and the point that you were
Let's go
trying...
get a Krabby Patty.
Nobody gives a care about the fate of labor as long as they can get their instant gratification.
That was a great speech, Squidward.
That was a very millennial thing for Squidward to say.
It was.
And a lot of this is that people have been... You've got a lot of people that are absolutely brainwashed. You got some of them that appear to be brain dead. And nobody knows what the hell is going on. I mean, the Gen X people are like, what the hell is going on? Mm-hmm. They understand that this is abnormal. There are some that are younger. They don't understand that it's not normal.
Well, they also don't realize how much technology has really warped and affected their brains and stuff like that, which it has made.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Along with the medications that they're pushing and stuff like that, we have no idea.
I mean, it's just weird.
We need to get back to that. It's no joke. Like, it's a survival instinct. That ability to create. Also, it's just built into us. How come we don't know how to do some of the things that we don't do?
Because it's more convenient to let someone else do for you. And that is a straight path to slavery and or hell.
But how have we got to that point? Where it's just we've allowed people to just for the sake of convenience.
Absolutely.
To take over.
Because
how come
lack of self-control, self-discipline, everything like that, it is wanting to be in perpetual child mode. And, you know, there are certain behaviors and different things like that. When it's a small child, it's acceptable because it's normal, it's natural. But when you've got somebody that's 20-some years old and they're still behaving like a 2-year-old, that is not acceptable, nor is it normal.
No. It's like that lady that, what was it? At the 2016 election, being like, no! No!
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of these people, honest to God, are brain damaged.
Yeah.
I know their spirit is damaged. We know that because when they're, some of their things that they're, you know, reading at the sky about, and it's like, are you sitting there and really thinking about this? And a lot of it, they're not, because they don't have the capability for deep introspective thought. And that as technology, and it's like oldest kid and I were discussing last night, a lot of us have sold our souls, you know, as far as convenience.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, that should not be.
And it's like, okay, this will free up more time. More time to do what?
Right, just to sit down and twiddle your thumbs? Is
Right.
that what it is?
Right.
It's like, no, you have to... Doing stuff keeps your brain busy.
Mm-hmm.
But in a good, productive way.
And it's one of those use it or lose it.
Yeah.
And when you've got somebody, and whether it be old person, young person, whatever person, you plop them in front of a screen and call that living?
Right, that's not living. That's just being brainwashed and living
Sure.
vicariously through media.
Yeah. It very much is. I mean, you know, we watch stuff, but it's a matter of pausing and having deep thought about the stuff. Mm-hmm. There's also an off button that needs to be applied for a lot of things.
Yeah.
To sit there and go, what did I want to get done today?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what did I accomplish today?
But also, they should not just... Like, we have a whole library of Alexandria at our fingertips.
Absolutely.
You can find out how to build something.
Sure.
And then do it.
But how many people actually apply the knowledge?
Not many. That's like for just simple stuff like working with what you got. Online shopping has completely diminished that. Mm-hmm. You know, making do with what you got and making something out of nothing.
Right.
Oh, you just throw this along with the extreme consumerism, all the ads being shoved down our throats, being like, oh, you got to get this or else
Right.
you're not this way or whatever. It's like...
I mean, you can sit and watch 1,002 how-to videos on how to build a house, but until you get out there and swing a hammer, you have nothing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You don't actually know what all goes into that. It takes a lot of skill, a lot of time.
Absolutely. It takes a lot of effort.
Mm-hmm.
And it's incredible. Like I said, sit there and kid was asking about how many Gen X people are actually in government right now. I don't know. I know there's a few. Not as many as you would think. Or some of the ones that are speaking up and speaking out, I would have to go back and find out what their, as far as their birth date. I would say that Rand Paul probably is Gen X. I'd say that Thomas Massey is Gen X. He may be a millennial.
Right.
And it's just like J.D. Vance. He's a millennial. Trump is boomer. And it just...
So how come there's not more of them in there?
Good question. Don't know. But I will tell you this, the few Gen Zs that they have had in there, oh my God, they act like they're on some kind of reality show. There's a lot of people that are political now that act like they're on a reality show.
Well, that is their claim to fame, is politics.
And it's like, politician was originally never supposed to be a career.
No.
It was supposed to be public servant. Mm-hmm. And as far as the term limits, oh, yes. I mean, it's just like Mitch McConnell, where he was falling. Nancy Pelosi had fallen and had to have surgery.
Biden having dementia.
Yeah, that was the initial startup on some of this stuff. And it's like, what the hell is happening? And with some of the things that we know now, who are the true puppet masters?
Right.
And I know that there's 1,003 theories of who the true puppet masters are. Ultimately, it's the forces of darkness that are non-human entities.
That are trying to do world domination.
Well, yeah.
It's true. Yeah. I'm not even saying that just out of snark. It's true.
It's like the Michael Heiser, that I had watched the other day. And what did he say? He said that as far as the rebellion, there were at least 3 in heaven. And that the fallen ones were cast down not inside of the earth. Now, how many legends have there been about being inside of the earth? Quite a few.
Yeah.
And that the souls, when they died, would go there. Now, that was, if you look into his work about reversing Herman, he explains a lot of that stuff.
Okay.
So
it's worth watching. It's worth
It is
listening.
very much worth watching. It is very much worth watching and listening and pondering and to think of these things, because a lot of this stuff is being exposed. And I think that maybe that's what it is. That people are just the numbing. I don't know if that. And I've talked to my therapist about this, because I have talked about this for a while. Because of our circumstances and what we have gone through, at a certain point you do get emotional numbing because you just can't anymore.
Mm-hmm. You can't handle all the bullshit that's going on.
And the thing with the emotional numbing, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because if you are too emotional, that short circuits and overrides the rational and reasoning part of your brain. If you have the emotional numbing, you can still function.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Still do what needs to be done. That's tragic that it has gotten to that, though. It really is.
Sure.
But in a way, that is a superpower.
Well,
if you think about it,
it's a coping skill. Humans are designed to endure. That is, there are some people that I question whether or not their self-preservation mechanisms have been compromised.
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
Because we have been programmed to be also a suicidal, what is it called? Suicidal nation? Citizen.
Well, that's the psyop that has been, for Western civilization. That's the psychological and spiritual warfare that we have all been involved in for quite a while.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's most interesting. It is most interesting, but to see these boomers hanging on tooth and nail, and to what?
Well, we all know boomers are fucking stubborn as shit. Always have been. Have been resistant to change, even if it was to benefit them and to benefit the rest of humanity. The ones that are in power, it's like, they got theirs. They're going to keep it till their grave.
You can't take things with you.
That some of them will sure as hell try.
You don't see U-Hauls following hearses.
No.
It's like Job said, naked into this world I came, naked I will return. And it's as far as the ashes and all that good stuff, because it's not a matter of us being depressing, it's a matter of observing.
Right.
And I have been an observer. I've always known that. I was trying to think what it was, the song Hurt, which is an amazingly deep song. It says, I wear this crown of shit upon my liar's chair.
That's a good line at first.
My empire of dirt. Johnny Cash's version of this song, he really owned it. He truly did. And I think that Rasner was a little bit pissed off at first, but he got over it.
Why would Rasner be pissed off?
Because he has an ego.
Oh. Took offense to it.
Because Johnny Cash did it better. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe that those that are refusing, that are to allow the changing of the guards.
That's what it is. Some of them are flat out refusing to relinquish their stand or their post.
It is normal. It is natural. But we have had this total, subversion of nature going on for quite a while. Mm-hmm. Which is why we've got some of these people that's out here in their 60s and 70s trying to do the sex pot stuff. And it's like, just go on and sit down. That's just gross.
But also that's why they've been trying to teleport us to different timelines and dimensions and shit like that.
I think what it is, ultimately, they don't want to die and give an account to God. I think that's the ultimate fear.
Oh, that is the ultimate fear. They know that they have done wrong and that they are doing evil, and they are doing evil up to their graves. And they don't want to have the consequences of their actions.
It doesn't matter what they want. It's, again, God will not be mocked. And it's like everybody will give an account. Mm-hmm. But it's just weird, the changing of the guards. Let us know in the comments if you have been going through some of this weirdness, what you've been observing. If you want to sit there and go, Orlando, honey, you need to go take a nap. You need to have another cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Any of that, if you want to say that, that's perfectly fine. As long as somebody's respectful, I'm open to dialogue. Always have been. And I have had my mind changed by, listener comments before. Mm-hmm. To sit there and go, you need to rethink this. This is more, let me explain the rest of the story. Okay. And I always appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Dialogue is always appreciated.
Yes.
It's
Talk
important.
Talk with us. This is your ship too.
As long as it's cordial and kind.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, people don't mind actual dialogue.
Yeah, it's somebody...
That's another thing that's wrong with people. People don't know how the fuck to communicate.
Right. Well, that was the thing about the AI writing emails and stuff for people, that they are losing the ability to formulate their own thought. That's frightening. Yeah. For quite a few years now, maybe 10, as far as people losing the ability to read, because reading is not innate. Language is. Mm-hmm. But to read something, comprehend it, understand it, be able to add to it, to think about it, to ponder it, and to lose that ability is losing something that is so precious.
It really is.
We got Cat beating down the door here.
We do.
Everybody's having the paranormal and the supernatural.
Everybody.
This will come out on Christmas Eve. And Ryan Howell is having a something about Santa's flight, that he's got the y'all bought. He's from Pikeville, Kentucky, and he's got the y'all bot that is going to be tracking Santa. And I think that is one of the most magical things that I have heard in a very long time. And God bless Ryan Howell. He's good people. Mm-hmm. He's good people.
Tracking Santa.
Let these children have the fantasy and the magic. Do not strip that away from them.
Yeah, don't. That's a very shameful act when you do that. But
anybody, like I said, sometimes a proper bitch slap is the correct answer.
Mm-hmm. But they stomp that out in adults real fast.
Yeah.
They stomp it out as soon as they get to their teens.
And it's, well, the thing is, the spirit of Christmas lives within us. Mm-hmm. As far as joy and giving and sharing and different things like that. They can't stop that. Can't stop it. Nope. You want to tell them where we can be found?
You can't stop love. You can't stop joy. Mm-mm. You can find us on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Werlanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, Werlanda, COCWS. You can go check me out on X too if you want. So it's that alien.
Yeah, it's all together. No punctuation or anything there. No comma.
Yeah.
It's there in the description box also. Mm-hmm. Because I knew it confused me, so I put it in the description box.
It's all just one word.
Confused. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
It's all one word.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that alien.
Know that you are loved. Mm-hmm. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yep.
Bye.